Hello, welcome back. And the next step is now placement of the column basis. Now, if you take a look here, we have our grid line ending at 0, 0 level here. Now, because our footing will go down below by 1.5, so we have to add another grid line or add that depth of 1.5. So I'm going to add that 1.5. So I'm going to prefix that dimension by 1.5, which will be 1500 millimeter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to just go ahead and click apply. So the moment I click apply, that grid will be added. And if you take a look here, you'll see our grid line has gone all the way down by 1500 millimeter, but in the opposite direction of z axis. So if I double click on this grid here and come here and disable that, and I want only the zero grid and level 1, if I check those and come here and click apply and give it an OK, I'll be able to have the grid at 0 and the grid at 1.5. So this will be the location of our footing. So having done that, I'm going to start placing the columns. I'll come to concrete here. So under concrete, I'll pick on the columns. And prior to that, you can press shift and then left click on the column. Then this will bring the dialog properties of that particular column, and I'll just retain it at 500 by 500, the size of my width and the length of my column. I'll retain it at 500, and I'll go ahead and click apply and give it an OK. Now I'm going to place my column right there. I'll just mouse over there and I'll place my column, but my column will not go all the way to the bottom end of the footing. It will end up on the surface of my footing. So I'm going to double click on that column and just left click and hold and pull it aside like that, and my column will be 1500, and the thickness of my footing will be approximately 500, like that. So that will be prefixed with a negative sign right there. So once I've done so, I'm going to click apply. So once I've clicked apply, I'll copy this to the rest of the columns, or I can just go ahead and just copy them straight by picking from that spot and placing to that spot, and another one on the other end. Let me just turn that around like that so that I'll be able to copy them on the right location. So I'll select on that and pick it from this spot here and place it somewhere there. Let me just mouse over that. So I've placed my column right there. So I need another column here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going back to columns there, and I'll snap right in the middle here. Let me just mouse over here, and I'll place another column right there. So I'm going to double click on this column, and in here I'm going to define the height of my column here, which will be 1500, and it's going down by a negative 500 right there. So if I go ahead and click apply and give it an OK, it will look like this. But I want the width to appear a bit smaller, so I'll double click on it and go back to editor. And once I come here, I'll change this to 300. Let me change that to 300, and I can give this 700 right there. So if I go ahead and click apply, I'll be able to have that in place. So I have my columns in place, so I want to add the pad footings at the bottom, right at the bottom end there. So I'll be able to minimize that and come to formwork. Let me just click on formwork, or come to foundation here, then pick on the pad footing right there. So the moment I pick on the pad footing, you can see at the bottom end here, select the column or right click to select the point. You can select the column to place the pad footing, or you can just right click and place the pad footing like that. So whichever way that you think is better for you, you can pick. So I'm used to selecting the column like that and place my columns like that, my footing like that. So I'll try to adjust this. I want to modify this further. I'll double click on it, and this is 1500, which is okay. I can retain it at 1500. and this one I'll change to, I can give it a meter. A meter will be okay. On that will be okay. A meter will be okay. The depth will be, I'll just retain it at 500 and apply, give it an okay like that. So this will look like this. So that's how you walk around how you create your column basis. So we are going next to creation of the beams. We want to create the beams, I mean the plinth beams that will put this together, connect this column, connect this column, and connect that column, and connect this column. Now I'll come to beam and snap over here. So the moment you see a red snap right there, it means you are in the right node. You just mouse here, and I see that, and snap same spot, and just mouse over here. So the moment you see a red snap, that means you're in the right location. Just mouse over there and move all the way to that far end. Just mouse over nicely, and you'll be able to snap on the right location. Let me just zoom there, and I'll snap right there. So if I turn it round like that, I'll be able to see that my beams are in the right location. So I'll come back and finalize with this. Just mouse over there. Just mouse over accurately so that you snap on the right location, and I'll snap right here, right there. So I have my beams in place. You can see my beams in place. So exactly what is remaining is just placement of the rebars. So just see how fast you can move in doing such a thing. So the whole structure, if we sum up the minutes that we've used to create, this will take you only within 6 hours, or within 2 hours you're done creating these particular structures. So I'm going a bit slow because I'm in class, and if there's no, I'm expecting any, I'm not expecting anyone to learn from my steps. I would have done this within 1 hour. So I'm going bit by bit so that you get hold of what I'm trying to show you here. So whatever remaining is only the placement of the rebars. So let's meet then on the next presentation, and I'll show you how we can place the rebars on these formwork or on the RC columns.